Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now March 18th of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, a lot of fans around the world have been very worried and quite curious about exactly how Disney and Lucasfilm are going to handle the Star Wars franchise moving forward throughout this entire decade, as we of course see changes being made by the new Disney CEO, Bob Chapek. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the thing about Disney and Lucasfilm is that we do know that they are currently in a phase in order to really create new Star Wars stories. They want to make them more authentic for the Star Wars fans around the world, and a big step in doing so is by bringing, of course, Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, George Lucas on board, you name it. Now, if we take a look at The Rise of Skywalker, we do know that this movie went through a very tough production. We do know that this movie was a very big mess during principal photography. It's one of the main reasons as to why it nearly really got canceled, and we'll get into that in a couple of minutes. But what's really intriguing about all of this has all to do with Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy. Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that a lot of you guys out there will agree that she's very incompetent over at Lucasfilm. She doesn't truly understand Star Wars down to the core and exactly what it really is and what it really means to fans. You know, yes, it may seem only like movies to a lot of fans out there, but to a lot of other fans, it's more than just movies. There's something very spiritual about Star Wars, and that's because it's based on a lot of aspects of real life. Now, when we look at everything related to it in that sense, of course, now that both The Rise of Skywalker and The Last Jedi are a thing of the past and is out in theaters, both of course, Disney and Lucasfilm are actually focused on their new Star Wars universe, as well as their new Star Wars trilogy of films that will bring fans into a new mythology of Star Wars. Now, it's noted that the new Disney CEO, Bob Chapek, has multiple plans in place in order to create a better future for Star Wars, and that they are looking to reunite the fans around the world in several ways. It's explained, however, that during and after the premiere of The Rise of Skywalker, many interviews were given to the creators of the sequel trilogy, as well as the actors of the films, including Mark Hamill, of all people, who was eventually questioned about Kathleen Kennedy's leadership over at Lucasfilm. Now, when questioned about the production of The Rise of Skywalker, Mark Hamill went on to explain that he had proposed the idea of Luke Skywalker coming back to life in some way, shape, or form to director J.J. Abrams, and that they were even beginning to work on that concept in several ways based on George Lucas's original script from Return of the Jedi. Now, however, Kathleen Kennedy put an end to that idea, as she did not want Luke to steal the limelight from Rey, Kylo, Finn, and Poe. Mark Hamill went on to explain further that Kathleen Kennedy also was not satisfied with the improvised dialogue by all of the actors on set, and that so many scenes were deleted in the process, including scenes done by Ian McDiarmid, where Hamill went on to explain that Kennedy, however, canceled many of the Palpatine scenes, since many of those scenes included improvised dialogue by Ian McDiarmid that she was not too impressed with. Hamill confirmed that this almost caused a delay of the film to the point where Iger and Kennedy were talking about delaying the film until May of 2020. However, Kennedy urged Iger to keep it at the December release. So, what's really intriguing about this is that they were really on the edge of delaying this movie until May of 2020 of this year. And honestly, I really want to point this out. I think it really would have been a better choice. As hard of it would have really been for a lot of Star Wars fans out there of moving it from December until May, because it already got delayed from May of 2019 till December of 2019, over 2 years ago. The thing about this delay, I think it would have been more proper, is because they could have released it on May the 4th if they really wanted to really make it very much like a true event for Star Wars. And I honestly think that it really would have given fans a different perspective on things when it comes to, the actual Star Wars movies. Now, we would have gotten a different cut of the movie. A lot of things would have been focused on better. It wouldn't feel as rushed or convoluted in the first 2 acts of the film. In fact, that's one of the main reasons as to why this movie feels quite choppy at times, is because they had to rush through production, and it's very unfortunate that it happened for the final film of the Skywalker saga of all the Star Wars movies, right? So, Kennedy, alright, what's really intriguing about Mark Hamill, what he had to explain about Kennedy, is that Kennedy was not satisfied with the improvised dialogue by all of the actors. Now, I don't know about you guys, but you can actually tell that J.J. Abrams really wanted to create a more authentic story that was going to feel more natural, and unfortunately we did not get to really see a lot of that. Originally, you know, Ian McDiarmid, Mark Hamill, other actors and actresses on board had improvised dialogue sequences where basically they had the ability to write their own lines, is what I'm saying. And that was completely canceled / deleted by Kathleen Kennedy in the background. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.